Good morning, Brooks. How are you
It is
today?
a it is a morning of the goods and the greats. I'm doing pretty well. How about you?
Well, I can't quite say that. It was, God, just terrible. I had my last exam this morning for the semester,
Mhm.
8 a.m.
Yeah.
Set my 7 o'clock alarm, and at some point throughout the night last night, I was just nervous, excited. I don't know what it was, but I woke up at like 3:30 in the middle of the night. So I was like, that's not good. Rolled over, went back to sleep. Woke up again. I'm just randomly, my alarm didn't go off, nothing. 7:57.
8 a.m. exam.
Yep.
So what happened?
Jumped out of bed, sped all the way to campus, parked in an employee spot, and got there 5 minutes late.
Sounds like you still did well though.
Hopefully.
But this is what Kevin Petula will do to a man, ladies and gentlemen, right here.
Actually, for once, I can't blame him on this. I actually don't even know what happened. Apparently, my thought is I was sleep hitting my snooze button for over an hour. So I really don't know what happened. I don't know if there's insomnia, sleepwalking, what happened, but yeah, this is the first time that's ever happened to me ever. So very scary, but we prevailed. So let's talk about some sports.
Welcome to the greatest podcast on earth. Nothing agreed. We have a great show for you tonight, so stay tuned and buckle up.
Yo, welcome back to another episode of Nothing Agreed. Back with the boys today. We are counting down the weeks. We got the wins and the losses turns to losses and wins. B-Dub chucking a water as I'm about to ask him a question. So we'll give him a second to ask him how
Sorry.
he's doing. Now answer. How are we
Um,
doing, B-Dub?
Doing all right.
All right. Well, for at least to give some context, right, to what happened earlier this morning. What exam did you have to take?
I believe it was management of, not information, of business statistics and analytics.
I believe it was. See, that's not a good sign when you're walking to an exam. You can't know what class you're in. I believe it was. You can't confidently
No,
say what
okay,
class.
listen. This is my thing, right? And I might get clowned for this, whatever, but I don't know class names. Like I know what I'm learning. Like I know the content. Like it's not like I'm just sitting there mindlessly, just like just not paying attention. I mean sometimes,
Eh,
but most of the time I'm
yeah.
like sitting there paying attention, taking notes, like actively engaging in class. I just don't know what I know the course number and everything. I just don't know what the course is called. I'll just be like, oh, it's a
Um,
statistics class. It's a accounting class. It's a management class. I just don't know specifically what it's called. I don't keep up with that. So if that's a crime, sorry, you can arrest me. But yeah, I don't know the names of any classes, just the
are you
numbers,
so? Question: Are you good at counting?
kind of.
Like, so you were able to count how many turnovers Jalen Hurts had on Monday night, and I think that's what we
Did.
should bounce right into.
Oh, we're starting with
Is
that.
No, we can start with that. I was gonna say just football, but I think maybe we can
God.
start with Jalen Hurts. We can maybe get your rant out of the way.
Um. Well, this is probably gonna take up most of the episode, so I apologize. But yeah, I guess we can start with that. Where's the best place to start with the Eagles? I guess. Yeah, I guess Jalen Hurts. I guess he's the one that's under the most fire, most scrutiny, whatever. I'm standing with my guy. That's my quarterback. Sure, he had a bad game. Can't discredit that. Can't overlook the fact that he had a bad game. So it's not like I can sit here and be like, oh, he didn't do anything. It's not his fault. Yes, this game is his fault. Is he still an elite level quarterback talent in the NFL? Yes. At his best, is he a top five quarterback in the NFL? Yes. And is he going to bounce back from this? Yes. I think a lot of people are very quick to jump on Jalen Hurts when he has a bad game. Because I remember a certain quarterback having 4 interceptions in a playoff loss that Jalen Hurts actually just lost to, but that never gets brought up. I feel like that's happened like 10 years ago, Brooks. No one talks about that anymore. Let me think. Let me
Just
think.
happened like a couple days ago. So
Well, yeah, exactly. But Josh Allen, or
Well,
I would argue doing that in the playoffs is worse. Where's his scrutiny? I mean, my point is, people are going to talk about this Jalen Hurts game until he retires. They're going to hold this against him until he retires. This is going to be the end all be all. Jalen Hurts sucks. He can't play quarterback. Look at this: five turnovers, 2 turnovers in one play. Yada yada yada. So other quarterbacks do that too. Josh Allen, he's had a ton of playoff turnovers that have cost them games. Where's his scrutiny? So my point being is people just love to hate on Jalen Hurts. I don't know why. Probably just because he's the quarterback of the Eagles and he wins a lot of football games. People don't like when other people do that, I guess. So yeah. And if you're just out there saying like, oh, he's a bottom 5 quarterback, like look at this, he can't throw, he can't play quarterback, you're wrong. Like that's not an opinion. You're just wrong. Look at the stats. Look at the facts. He's one of the best passers under center. One of the best scramblers. Has one career-wise has one of the best accuracy percentages. Like he's a good quarterback. You're just wrong. So yeah, did not play great. I'm gonna keep standing up for my guy because that's it. I mean, statistically, that was the worst game of his entire career. There's no other way to put that. So I'm not going to get mad at it. Like that's kind of an anomaly from him. I expect better for sure, but I also expect it to get better. But yeah, we can move away from him and talk about the offense as a whole now. Mainly, I want to address AJ Brown. I know he doesn't listen to this, but if he ever happens to, I love you. You're one of my favorite receivers in the league, but respectfully, shut the fuck up. A lot of these media problems from this season are from you. Just yapping, running your mouth, just saying things. And granted, I get you're frustrated and you have a right to talk to the media and voice your frustrations. But like, I mean, look at the other guy in the locker room, Devontae Smith. Have you heard his name once this entire year in terms of like media and being outraged at not getting passes or catches? No. So I would say take a page out of his book. Voice your frustrations more internally than externally because this is kind of the situation it creates. Because now there's all these talks and all these rumors, and in my opinion, there's probably going to be some fire to it that he might get traded this offseason. I think, and we'll talk about the financial situation of them in a second, but he's making a lot of money for him to be playing like he did yesterday. I would actually blame him more than I would blame Jalen Hurts for the loss against the Chargers. He had three really bad drops. The first one was a go ball that probably would have been a much bigger, very big gain, if not a touchdown. That would have put us up early. Dropped that. The other one was a shot. It was above him. I'll give it. It was a little high, but again, you're a $35 top 5 wide receiver in the NFL. Jump up and make that catch. He didn't. He tipped it, and it got picked. And then I think the biggest problem with the biggest drop of the night was that goal line fade, easily Jalen's best ball of the entire night, put it right on his fingertips, in the goal line, catches that ball, we go up 10, no need for overtime, drops it. So I would blame him a lot more than I would blame Jalen Hurts for this loss. And yeah, that's really about the blame for this game specifically. Offensive line just has not been great all year. Just banged up, old, whatever you want to say, but it all kind of starts with that. They aren't the same as they were the last couple of seasons, and that needs to be readdressed this draft. Lane Johnson needs to step away from football. It's time.
He's not even playing.
I know, but he makes too much money, and he's not as what he once was. It's time for him to step away.
Y'all, when Lane Johnson plays, y'all are 8-2.
I know, but it's over. Look, he's making, I think, the second most amount of money per year on that offensive line. And he's still, I'll give him his credit. He's still pretty good in his passing protection. He gives Jalen Hurts time to throw the ball, but he is not the same run blocker he once was. In fact, I'd argue he's a fraction of that now. And whether that be a Super Bowl routine fatigue or just age, whatever you want to say, I would argue some Super Bowl fatigue because Jordan Mailata has not been good this season either. And he was the best offensive tackle in football last season, and he probably will not ever get considered close to that designation this season. So I do think there is some fatigue involved as well. I would personally, and this is going to sound weird, but thinking more long-term, this season's over, I would shut Dickerson, Mailata, and Jurgens all down. I think they're all three playing injured. I know Jurgens and Dickerson are. So I just don't see any point in trying to aggravate their injuries, get them injured for next season. Give them the rest of the season off. Let them take the off season. They're clearly fatigued from the extended run last year. Just don't make a bad situation worse. That's what I would personally do. I would shut down the offensive line. But
Well, if you beat the playoffs, you have a chance of winning the Super Bowl. So no.
yeah, well, how great is that chance? I'd argue none. And then that's about all I could say rant wise. The problem is the future of this team just does not look great at the moment. Money wise, we're not going to re-sign Kobe Dean. He's been the best linebacker in football since his injury, so he's going to warrant too much money. We're not keeping Reed Blankenship, apparently. He's been too good his career to think that teams are going to let him, or to think that he's going to want to take a, whatever it's called, paycheck or pay cut to come back or whatever. And yeah, traded for Jalen Phillips. That trade looks worse and worse each day. Yeah, I think there's a real concern here, Brooks, or a real I won't say concern, but I think there's a real possibility here. The Eagles don't re-sign Jalen Carter.
Why?
Not Nakobe Dean, but Jordan Davis, Moro Ojomo have both been playing very well this season. In fact, Jordan Davis has been our best defensive tackle throughout the season. He needs to get paid first, and he's going to get a lot more money than we thought he was going to get. So when you look at it, I mean, to me, if I were the one in that room making the decision, Jalen Carter is going to have to be the highest paid defensive tackle in football. That's just politics, economics of football, however you want to say it. That's just how it's going to be. He's going to warrant that much money. If we pay him, we still have to pay Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean. We just paid Zach Bond. Assuming we pay Jordan Davis, Nolan Smith, Jalix Hunt, like we don't have all the money to keep these guys. And in my opinion, Jalen Carter has been great on the field. He's had his struggles this season, but career-wise, he's been great on the field. Has still had some off-field issues, some sort of not, I guess, behavioral issues, obviously spitting on players, but other things off the field as well. I'm just saying, I would rather keep, if I could rather have Nakobe Dean, Jordan Davis, and Nolan Smith over Jalen Carter and Nolan Smith, I would take the first option. That's just me, though. And that's kind of the scenario where I think Howie Roseman's starting to find himself is. I have all of these great young defensive players. Who am I trading and who am I paying? Because, like I said, the Jalen Phillips trade looks worse and worse each day because we're not re-signing him. We don't have the money for that. This is a 1-year rental. That third-round draft pick we gave the Dolphins looks better each day or the season goes on. And, I mean, we picked up this guy to make a Super Bowl run, and this offense is the worst in the league. It's not making a Super Bowl run. So, also in hindsight, I would not have made that trade. But ultimately, it all falls back to coaching. So give me 1 second. Now,
at some point, we got to move forward.
I know. This is the last point I'm going to make. Obviously, Kevin Patullo cannot stay. He's got to be fired. Whether you want to say that the Chargers game was on him or not, doesn't matter. His season performance has been pitiful. He's easily the worst coordinator in the league, worst assistant coach in the league, and he needs to be fired. Now, that being said, if Nick Sirianni shows pushback or keeps trying to defend his buddy, I'm going to start saying it's time for him to go too. Because, again, Nick Sirianni does not call plays. He is not that big in sort of the breakdown by breakdown in terms of like game day of like actual what he's doing. Sure, he'll like make decisions, but he's not the one like calling actual plays. And that's kind of a hindrance towards a head coaching position, as a lot of people would say. I think his role for the team works. I think it does well. What he does works for the team. The guys like him, yada, yada, yada. But he needs good coordinators to help him call plays because he can't do that. And yeah. And in years past, I've been willing to give him the benefit of the doubt. He'll bring in his guy. I think Brian Johnson was him and Jalen Hurts' idea. Didn't work out, got let go. Then Howie brought in someone better, won the Super Bowl, right? If he does that again, perfectly fine. We're going to move on to next season with a better OC and see how it happens. But if he's starting to keeps trying to defend his guy Patullo, and it gets into this whole thing, and there's, for whatever reason, Kevin Patullo doesn't get fired, then I'm going to start saying we got to fire Sirianni. Because at that point, your ego's getting in the way, and it's all about you and your buddies. And yeah, you've overstepped your role for the team, and it's time for you to leave. And that's it. I'm done. Great win by the Chargers.
Great win by the Chargers. I guess you can say the divisional race isn't over yet because
Cowboys are winning.
I meant for the AFC West.
Oh, and the NFC East.
No, the Cowboys are not winning it.
No, yes, they are. I'm telling you.
Money on it?
Yeah, sure. We're going to lose to the Raiders this week.
All right, you want to put money on it?
How much?
For the divisional? Set a line.
Let me look at the schedule. Hold on.
Set a number, and I'll take whatever the number is.
20.
$20?
It feels wrong, but we'll talk about it later.
Wrong?
Let's move on. Well, because I'm betting on the Cowboys. Move on. But move on.
All right, we'll move on.
We'll move on.
I think we should just now get into our little recap segments of Sunday football.
Oh, thank God. Yeah, let's talk about Sunday. Starting great. Dolphins, Jets. About what we expected. Jets didn't put up any much of a fight. Dolphins were the better roster.
H-Hand, please be healthy. I need you for the fantasy playoffs. Please be healthy. You're the reason why I'm in this position.
Yeah, not much to say on this game. Jets are looking towards next season. So are the Dolphins.
Exactly.
Not much to say here. Moving on, in a battle for the NFC North lead, the Steelers come out on top by 5 points over the Ravens.
AFC North.
Yeah, sorry.
Not NFC North.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
AFC North.
We do have the NFC North battle, but that's a little bit later. But kind of surprised by this game. There's the big controversy of if Isaiah Likely caught the football. A lot of arguments on that one. Personally, I thought he did.
Mm-hmm.
But if we're just going to go based off the final score, the narratives, what happened in the game, man, the Steelers are just the kings of winning the games that keep them above the 500 line and keep moving forward. I mean, it was a big game from DK Metcalf. He had like the Steelers had hit a deep ball all November, and immediately about 3 to 4 deep balls to DK Metcalf. So that's why you go get a guy like him to make plays like that. And they grabbed the division lead, man. They grabbed the division lead. I don't know if they're favorites for the division now. I think they might be.
They should be. It's interesting though.
I mean,
they host the Dolphins next week. They win that. They're 8-6. Then they got to go to Detroit. Probably lose that. Then you're 8-7. Play the Browns.
They are the favorites to win the division.
Then if you beat the Browns, then you're 9-7. Then you play the Ravens again. That's a divisional game. Maybe you lose that. And guess what we're sitting, Brooks?
Where are we sitting?
9-8. Come on. Where are my Steelers fans at? We'll talk.
See, team, you know what's good.
We'll see if Mike Tomlin can keep his job after yet another winning season. But yeah, how shit of a franchise do you have to be to have a guy who's never had a losing season, and he's probably gonna get fired because your shit franchise can't win a fucking playoff game in 10 years, even though you've been almost every single year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely got to reevaluate what's going on in that building because there's a bunch of participation medals all around. But we'll move on to the Saints and Buccaneers. Divisional battle, not really for the lead of the division, but a shocking outcome to most. Thoughts?
For what?
The Saints beating the Buccaneers?
As a Falcons fan, I don't even know what to think anymore. Because if the Panthers, it's a weird situation here. If the Panthers go on and win the division, right?
Mm-hmm.
The amount of flack I'm gonna get from Panthers fans is absolutely crazy because I know a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I got a lot. Oh, trust me, I got a lot this year.
Oh, I know. I live in South Carolina, so you're. Let me tell you, buddy. They don't. You don't think they exist, but they do. Only in years like this. Only in years like this. But yeah, they exist.
I know. The reason I want the Panthers to win the division is because if they win it, then we become the most like poverty franchise in the NFC in the last 7 years, and they'll make the playoffs because they're on a long. I think they might be on a longer drought than us in the playoffs. Maybe I think so. I could be tripping.
Since the Cam
Um,
Newton run. So a year before,
so
yeah. Or
so
2 years before, I
if
guess.
they go if they go and make the playoffs, that means we're the longest drought NFC team in the playoffs, and I hope that makes people wake the hell up in Atlanta. So that's the only reason why I can root for them. But yeah, it's torturous out here. It was cool to see the Saints get a win. I guess get an upset. It
Yeah,
was cool to see an upset.
I've been
It was
hearing
good.
all about Tyler Shot. Got some Saints
He
affiliation.
looks pretty decent. I can't lie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he does. Did not have a great game, I would say, against the Buccaneers. Not one of his better showings, but got the job done.
I don't know. I kind of disagree. He was a very big threat on the ground. I mean, 55 yards on the ground and 2 tutties. I
No,
know he
I didn't
didn't.
see the
His
touchdowns. My
air,
bad. That's
yeah,
fair. I
his
didn't see
air
that.
presence wasn't so like dominant. But you're against the Bucks defense in Tampa, and you get 2 rushing touchdowns and the one towards the pylon. Yeah, good game for him.
I didn't see the rushing touchdowns. So yeah, no, I'll give him his credit. Good stepping up when it matters. But yeah, I think the Saints have found a guy they liked. Although I think mock drafts have them flirting with Mendoza, so we'll see what happens.
Probably are.
I think that'd be a waste if I were the Saints, but
I agree.
yeah, we'll move on to the Colts and the Jaguars. Um, prayers up to Daniel Jones. Obviously, it tore his Achilles and will no longer be able to finish the
Prayers up to
season.
him.
Oh, what was
Yep.
it?
Prayers up to him.
Yeah. So yeah, when did he exit in the first quarter? Jaguars
Yeah.
kind of just took it from there. Did not look back. I will say though, I thought initially. Now I didn't watch the entirety of this game, but I was watching when Daniel Jones got injured and Riley Leonard came in, and those first two drives from Riley Leonard did not look terrible.
Okay, I was gonna say the same thing.
They
I
actually
thought
looked.
Riley Leonard for a third string usual guy didn't do so bad. You
I
know.
didn't either. Granted, it got worse as the game went on. I think that's just defense adjusting and everyone starting to wear down from playing a long game. But yeah, it's very interesting. Obviously, Colts are probably out of the playoffs now since they just lost their division lead and their starting quarterback. Yeah, without Daniel Jones, I don't think they really have a chance. Who is under center?
Call it,
Obviously,
baby.
that question is now Riley Leonard. The Colts clearly don't think so because they went to the retirement home, Brooks,
Yeah.
and just grabbed the first guy they could find. Turns out that was Phillip Rivers. So he's back in a Colts uniform with his his youngest kid or his oldest kid or something. It's like younger than or is older than Garrett Riley or something like that. Not Garrett Riley, Riley
That
Leonard.
that that was the worst botch I have. I
Whatever.
mean, you messed up maybe 9 words there. I mean, you went through 8 different sentences before you landed on the right one.
Regardless, Riley Leonard is older than
Nope.
younger than Phillip
Yep.
Rivers' oldest son.
Oldest
Yes, that's
son.
right. Okay.
There you go. You got it.
All
You
right.
got it.
Fuck you.
Yay!
So yeah.
Before you go, for all my viewers that understand this joke, quick update from the Colts. That's all I gotta say. If you understand the joke, you understand the joke. Yeah. Quick update from the Colts.
Titans Browns. Cam Cam Ward got his second win over rival Shadur Sanders, but Shadur Sanders will be quarterback one moving forward. The Browns have seen enough. He's clearly better than Dylan Gabriel. And yeah, 364 yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception with another
And
touchdown on the ground.
there's another good joke right here.
Okay.
Little Thanksgiving joke from 3 years ago. Tony Pollard. There he goes. He can run anywhere. Um, you wouldn't know.
I
But
know. It
25
just hurt.
carries and 161 yards for Tony Pollard.
Yeah. Um, did not expect that. Obviously, with the Browns' defense being what it is, but yeah. How many sacks did Myles Garrett had? I did not have this game on.
I think he
So,
had one.
all
I
right,
know he had one sack. I
we're
think he
getting
only had one. I think he's
all right.
still 3 or 4 away.
We're getting
Um,
closer, but yeah. Shooter Sanders is probably gonna be the Browns' quarterback for the next couple of seasons at least.
okay.
Yeah.
I think
Um,
they'll like this draft.
I don't think they do. If they do, people are gonna be so mad. Um, Commanders Vikings. Shout out 9. Good bounce back
I was about to
game.
say,
Um,
I
I
was say
mean,
9 came to play.
but at the same time, I mean, this is kind of a double entendre. But he was also playing in the retirement home. I mean, respectfully, who the fuck is on this Washington defense that's younger than 30? Besides like their one corner, Mike Sanders still. Yeah, Jane Daniels. Should have listened to you. I should have started Trevor Lawrence. Granted, he got
Thank
injured. He
you.
got injured, so like we
Okay,
don't
but
we
he
don't
was
we don't
playing
know. Yeah,
absolute
yeah,
trash.
yeah. He was.
He got
So
injured in the third quarter and he had like 50 yards and a pick. All right. He was playing like dog.
yeah.
Just
So
trying to let the kids know. I'm just trying to let them know out here.
regardless, better luck next year, Commanders. Falcons Seahawks. Do you want to do this one? I mean, I don't really have much to say other than Seahawks are looking ready for the playoffs.
You want to say anything about the Falcons?
Who's going to be your head coach next year? Who's going to be your quarterback next year? We got some
Penix.
we got some questions to address. We'll see. We'll see how the market looks. If there's a guy on that market that's available that's open, I would throw away everything for him because I don't like Michael Penix. But Bills defeat the Bengals. Josh Allen finally gets a head-to-head matchup win against Joe Burrow in a close one in Buffalo. Snow all around. Cancel the slow-mo turnaround throwing picture. Bengals have nothing anymore. It's over.
Collapsed by Burrow as well. I know this isn't about the Bengals Bills game, but I like how we just know I'm in tumultuous, just absolute like sadness. We didn't even let me talk about the Falcons because we just know how sad it is. Like, and I don't blame you. Like, I don't want to talk about the Falcons either.
I mean,
So
I just kind
we
of, I
don't.
just, I just kind of figured you didn't want to. So
Yeah, I mean, I think I've already said what needs to be said episode after
you
episode.
know
So I
what? How
think
about this? Silence speaks louder than words.
exactly. Yeah, Burrow was just kind of a complete meltdown with those 2 interceptions. Okay, the second interception was a good interception because it was a batted ball. It was up in the air, good defensive play. The first one was just like he just like lobbed it, like he went like ugh, like just like a weirdest throw ever. And good pick six by Bernard. I mean that was insane. So we also had a Wanagami, very sad. So no steaks on the grill this week.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, we had a Wanagami and big game from Josh Allen, especially on the ground. He had
Yeah.
that really big run for a touchdown. He had that big run to end the game, and played really well. I think in the air as well. I think he also had over 250 yards, 3 touchdowns, yeah, and 78 yards on the ground in a tutty. So big game, big game.
Yeah. Definitely what you want to see from this Bills team at home, trying to make a playoff push. If I'm the Bills defense, though, don't love the fact that you let up 34. Definitely want to see that number down when you have to play some better offenses or other high-powered offenses going into the playoffs. Although there is one stat I want to throw out here for the Bills offense, or more importantly about the Bengals defense. You know how then they do like the player introductions, like meet the defense, meet the offense. They say their name and whatever they went for, or whatever, and it has like the PFF grade for their position rank out of everyone else in the NFL.
Okay.
The Bengals linebackers were the last two. I was like out of 120
DeAndre Hopkins
linebackers.
is ranked.
Yeah, I
DeAndre
know.
Hopkins ranking number 10.
But I think that's out of wide receiver threes.
Wow.
Hmm.
Yeah, there you go.
What?
No, I was just more college
Okay.
football dominoes are falling right now. So
Oh, what was it?
UGA and Louisville canceled their series between each other, and UGA canceled their series against NC State.
Yeah, because head-to-head
Yeah.
matchups don't mean shit. This is the
Yeah, exactly.
fallout. Yeah, we'll probably fuck college football. All right, let's move on. Broncos Raiders. Not much to say there. Broncos probably expected to see them. See, this is what I'm saying. Broncos only beat the Raiders by 7. Kenny Pickett.
It was Vegas calling.
I'm just saying.
That was the biggest thing right there because that field goal made it a 7-point game. They covered the spread. This was not a close game. Okay, it
Yeah, that's
looks
true.
close, but it's deceivingly close.
That's true. Raiders are still winning next week. Rams Cardinals. That one wasn't close either. Sorry, Cardinals fans. Not much to talk about. Bears Packers.
How do I say this? I don't know. I still think the Bears are a pretty solid team, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think the Packers are a really solid team. I just think it's a good win. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. Just a good win for the Packers. Um, yeah, Christian Watson with a really big game.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan Love, it's Toyotathon, so he's gonna turn it up. And Caleb Williams had DJ Moore. You had DJ Moore, dog. You
Yeah,
had him.
he did.
I really don't know what to say. So
Yeah, I think this is just a good game. I guess if you had one thing to say about the Bears, I just maybe less motion, less trickery. I just feel like at some point put your best guys up front and just play some power football, kind of mix it up a little bit. I feel like it was getting a little predictable at certain points. It's like, oh, this guy's running back and forth halfway across the field 3 times. I wonder where he's going to run right after this. Or this tight end's going from either side of the line. I wonder where he's going to pick up and block. Or even like that one jet pass or whatever that just got blown up immediately. That was late in the fourth. I think I saw that one coming too. So if I had one thing to say, I guess it'd be just mix it up a little with the play calling. I guess I have no
mhm.
faith lost in Ben Johnson or anything like that, but just at some point it gets to be kind of predictable. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
great games by both teams. Packers wide receivers stepping up, really helping out. If they can keep doing that, and this team will go far. And last but certainly not least, Sunday Night Football, Texans defeat the Chiefs.
Should have went with my gut, man. I should
Should
have went with
have.
my gut for dog of the day.
You should have.
Um, Never question your gut.
Nope.
I have my dog pick in already. I'm
Good.
confident in this one. I can't say that's for next
I
episode,
know.
but yeah, I taking this because if I took it, I would be in the lead. I would be in the lead. So
Oh, I know who I'm taking.
I already know who I'm taking.
And I promise you, you will not be in the lead after this week.
You're not taking the Raiders, dog.
I am.
All right. Well, I won't be taking the Raiders. So,
That's fine.
yeah, there you go. Texans big win defensively once again.
Oh, don't
There.
spoil it.
What?
They're Texans.
I'm not taking the Texans. I'm
Oh,
saying the
okay.
Texans defense.
Oh
in
yeah.
Sunday
Oh
Night Football.
shit. Sorry, I was looking at next week. I was completely forgot we were
I think
talking
the
about.
Texans are like what 10-point favorites next week.
Yeah, they are. I was like, huh?
Yeah, I will not be touching that game. I forgot who they're playing, but I will.
Cardinals.
Not be touching that game. Yeah, I won't be touching that game.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. Texans defense came to play. In Arrowhead, Patrick Mahomes. Not a great game. How many turnovers did he have? Was it like 3 interceptions or something like that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, it was not a great game from Patrick Mahomes. Definitely uncharacteristic from Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, I think the real takeaway from this, obviously, Texans still alive and their playoff chances. I think that the 6th seed as of right now, or the 7th seed, one of those two. So yeah, it's obviously still competing with the Jaguars for their division. They have very much still alive. And yeah, C.J. Stroud, pretty decent game, I'll say. Nothing offensively bad, but I didn't say nothing crazy out of the ordinary. Nico Collins had a great game as well. And the Texans defense continues to just show why they're one of, if not the best in the whole league. And yeah, D'Amico Ryans has certainly got them ready to go. So we'll talk about the other team for a quick second. Chiefs making the playoffs, Brooks. Are we out on them yet? Because I think I
I
am.
might have to be out. I think I
I
have to
think
be
I
out
think
on them
it's
now.
over. Yeah.
I think it's over.
So yeah, looking towards next season for the Chiefs. We'll see who retires. Chris Jones. I know that's a name people might start looking at as he gets up there in age. His production is starting to drop a little, so that could be something to pay attention to. We'll see how free agency goes for them. Yada yada. Travis Kelce. I think that's another big sort of question mark for them in this offseason. Is he coming back for another season? I think most Chiefs fans would hope he says no. Go spend your life with your wife. And yeah, I think moving forward, Chiefs need to find some sort of offensive replacement for Tyreek Hill. I think with the skill set that Patrick Mahomes has and just the ability to throw the ball deep down the field, but also extending plays, a guy with that sort of speed, burst, and quickness would really help him out on both sides of that ball, whether it's just a deep shot that they need or someone's got to scramble after the route to get open after when he's scrambling from defenders in the backfield. I think a guy like that really helps unlocks this offense again. And people are going to probably be saying you're going to have to replace Travis Kelce in some way. I think they can in the sense that they have Noah Gray, that other tight end, I forget his name off the top of my head, but they sort of
No, Gray
play.
was selling on Sunday night. He was selling.
That's
So was
true.
Kelsey.
That's true. But
But
they play very similar games. And I think they'll find probably not this extent of ceiling talent that Kelsey sort of could show you at times, like a catch from 25 and then run for 75 yards from tight end position. But you're definitely going to get a guy who can run 25 yards upfield, catch a ball, sit down, and just be a big jump ball guy. So I think that's their main area of address in the offseason is go get another receiver to really help out Patrick Mahomes. And I think Rashee Rice has been good this season. I just don't love the drops, and I don't think he kind of possesses that sort of shiftiness or, I guess, elusiveness factor that Tyreek Hill did. I feel like that's what the Chiefs are missing, if you get what I'm saying.
yeah, I understand what you're saying.
All right. Hopefully that makes sense to the viewer as well.
Quick update from the Colts.
I saw it.
What?
This number update.
What's the number
My
update?
light instead. Whatever his fucking face is. Phillip Rivers is wearing 17 because Daniel Jones is on IR.
There you go. Anything else you want to add? You don't know the quick update from the Colts meme?
I don't. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'll send you the clip. Because your light is dying, so we'll get out of here quick. Anyways, I am a red zone enthusiast, as you know. I like watching full games, but red zone enthusiast. And so they cut between games, and Daniel Jones, I think, threw a pick in the first quarter, and it was, I think, maybe 3 to 10 minutes into the show, right, very early, and he cuts and he says, like, it does the little screen, then he cuts his quick updates from the Colts, and then he was going to continue talking, but then the audio went like that, like TV static, and it was 10 minutes straight of TV, like static and noise. It was the funniest thing ever. Horrible for my ears, but it's just really funny now. So
Gotcha. All right. Well,
there you go.
I don't have anything else to add.
Well, the Falcons just posted, since we're playing Tampa Bay, 509 yards, 4 touchdowns, 42 of 58. Kirk Cousins set the franchise single game passing record versus Tampa Bay in 2024. And I was at that game.
Did you all lose that game? Or did y'all win that game?
We won in
Oh,
overtime.
Yeah, that's right.
Hodge slant for a touchdown.
That's right. I remember that.
We
now.
should have lost that game too.
Yeah, that's it.
We won.
That's it.
And let me just close out the show with a little personal anecdote. We won the game. I think we went to, was it 6-3? I think we went to after that game. And we were chanting ATL ho, and we were like hugging each other. We thought we were making the playoffs.
Who's got the heart to tell them?
I'm telling you, this is a bottom 5 franchise.
Insert
maybe bottom 3.
Insert that one meme. I'm gonna jump, bruh. Man, I had enough of this team. I'm gonna jump, bruh.
I'm gonna jump. I know exactly where that is too, and I would probably
Yes.
jump from there as well.
So funny.
Well,
Yeah.
that'll
Fuck.
be another episode. Nothing agreed.
Fuck a rabbit.
Thank y'all so much for listening. Oh, what's up?
I was saying fuck a rabbit.
Oh.
No, not that way.
Oh. Yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah. Thank y'all so much.
Don't.
For
No.
listening.
That's the message here. Fuck a positivity rabbit. Stay hateful. Peace.
And